Hello friends, I am here with the video on the unit number 2 of first flight, and the title of the lesson is Nelson Mandela Long Walk to Freedom. This lesson is taken from Nelson Mandela's autobiography and it also has the same title, Long Walk to Freedom. Let us see what is there in this lesson. The topics covered here are Nelson Mandela's speech, Nelson Mandela's concept of democracy, twin obligation, what is freedom for him, and apartheid practiced in South Africa, where the discrimination by the color was happening, and that was very brutal and cruel kind of rule of whites. Let us see this video on three topics. One, Nelson Mandela's swearing in ceremony, his speech in this occasion, and the concept of democracy. Other topics we will see in other video. Let us start with it. This ceremony took place in the open theatre that was called the amphitheatre in Pretoria. Now, what is the amphitheatre? That is the open roofless theatre, and the sitting arrangement is in curve. As you can see in this image, that the people are sitting in a curve and the seats are in steps. On 10th May 1994, the world dignitaries and the world leaders came to attend this ceremony. Nelson Mandela welcomed them heartily. In this ceremony, Nelson Mandela's daughter Zenani also accompanied him. Before Nelson Mandela, two leaders swore in. First one was Mr. F. W. de Klerk. He swore in as the second deputy president of South Africa, and after him Mr. Thabo Mbeki swore in as the first deputy president of South Africa. After both of them, Nelson Mandela came take the oath. In his turn, when he delivered the speech, he addressed the dignitaries and the world leaders as a rainbow gathering of the different colors. It means that the guests, irrespective of colors, race, religion, had gathered there to celebrate the victory of the human dignity over the apartheid. And this was the victory of a common man. In his speech, he also called himself and his people the outlaws. Now, what is the meaning of outlaws? The meaning of the outlaws is the people who are kept out of the mainstream society, means they are kept aside, they are not given the importance. His country was outlawed by many countries as they followed a brutal policy called apartheid. Dark skinned people did not get their fundamental rights. It made the other countries cut off relations from South Africa. So, this was the main thing, that the people were discriminated, and because of that, the world countries, many countries also kept South Africa away from them, didn't keep the relations with them. But today they have been given the privilege to be the host of the nations of the world on their own soil. They called them, and they hosted the ceremony, and world people have come also. Nelson Mandela thanked all of them for attending this ceremony. In this, promises of Nelson Mandela were also very important. So let us know what promises Nelson Mandela did. Nelson Mandela pledged to liberate all his people from continuing bondage of poverty and deprivation, unemployment and the suffering, gender and other discrimination. Other discrimination means the discrimination by gender, or discrimination by their economical condition, or discrimination by their skin color. Nelson Mandela promised to have any kind of things which are not dividing the people. He believed to keep the people together, whether they are black or white or any kind of gender or any kind of race. Nelson Mandela also expressed his views about democracy, and he also shared his experiences. There is a display of pinpoint precision and military force in perfect formation over the empire buildings. Now here the pinpoint precision means the accuracy of their strength and accuracy of their performance as the parade was going on. So they saluted the government and saluted the leaders with all their whole heart and all their strength. The chevron of Impala jets left a smoke of a new South African flag. They made the South African flag with the different color smoke, and in this atmosphere, Nelson Mandela remembers something. Nelson Mandela says that these are the same policemen who have been arresting him and thrown him in a jail for opposing the white people, not opposing but asking for his fundamental right. And now they are pledged their loyalty to him and to the government that had been freely and fairly elected by the people of their country. Nelson Mandela calls this thing the victory of democracy, the victory of a common man of their own country. Nelson Mandela recalls a Anglo-Boer war fought before his birth, and from there the white-skinned people started to set a system of racial domination against the dark-skinned people of their own land. The people who are the original people of South Africa, they were now the slaves there. Here Nelson Mandela also observes the thing, and the people also observes there were two national anthems sung there. First one was Kosesekilal e Africa, sung by the white people, which means God bless Africa, and other was Die Stem Wen Should Africa, which was sung by the black people. It means the call of South Africa. Now this thing was very thought provoking. Nelson Mandela allowed both the national anthems sung there, sung by the white people as well as sung by the blacks also. It shows that nobody is discriminated here. Everybody are given the equal opportunities and all are given the equality to express their love to the nation in their own way. It may possible that any of them must not know or might not know the wordings of each other's national anthem. But the day will come when they will come to know, when they will know each other's national anthems, the way of respecting the nation, and will put their efforts together to develop the country. This is all for this video. We will see the other part of the lesson in other video. Thank you.